Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Mohammed Shoaib. Today in this tutorial, we'll learn how we can historize any of the controller data, even if you are not using any SCADA-based system and you want to historize data um, and you want to see all reports and some historization you want to do with your data, and you cannot afford the SCADA based application, and that price is high, is not meeting to your budget. So, and you want all data historized, and in later analysis you want those data. So this is one of the cheapest method. So your suppose your any of the controller is communicating over the Modbus TCP. So it's work as a Modbus TCP server, and vNode work as a Modbus TCP client. It will communicate with your controller, and other manners SQL database will communicate with vNode. Just one use case. You can use many of the method, and you can use many of the ways. Okay, so let's see how we can configure the vNode. Okay, so the first step in this, first we create a database inside our SQL server where we want to store the value. So I will come here. I already created this FTView database, and then I will create a new table. In this, I will mention some fields, and suppose I will put it here level, pressure, and temperature. That's it. Okay, I will save this table, and I will put some use some value of the event log. Event log. Click OK, and then close it. So here is our table. If I will, I can see I don't have any value right now in this table. So that's it from the SQL side. Now we'll open the vNode and we'll do the configuration. Open the user interface of the vNode, and just put username and password and click add login. Come in system config and click add modules. Click here, add a new module. I will mention SQL log. Okay, so here you have to select the module type SQL client. So here is the SQL client. Click here. That's it. Just keep it remain default all the setting and click out save button. And now come in the Explorer area and modules, then SQL log. Click a new channel. So I'll put the name C1. And here you have to select, in my case, I'm using SQL Server, and here you have to mention your data type name. For me, that type name is FTView. So you have to put it in your case, whatever your database name is there, FTView, press enter key. So there's two types of authentication inside SQL, window-based authentication and the username and password. So I'm using the username and password. My username is SA and password I will mention. Okay. Rest other, just keep it the same setting. Here I will click a new standard transaction, and I will put this T1 just for the simplicity. You can put it any name, but you have to keep it. Remember this name. Okay, so trigger value is two option for trigger, even tag base or periodic base. Tag base, whenever your tag will true, it will execute that query or it will log the data inside your SQL database. Periodically, like after some interval you want to store your data, that up to you how much interval you want to put. I will put it just for the simplicity. I will put it just periodic options. I will just keep it remain the default name, and it will record every 10 seconds the value inside my database. It's up to you how much time interval you want to put it. Now come here in the parameter area. So here we have to click here, and here we have to mention all of our tags that we configure. Let's suppose tag 1 I'm mentioning just here. I put just small t. I'll tell you why I'm putting this small t later. Okay, here we have to uh, as you can see we have three variables. So here we have to put here we have to link all of our tags that we want to historize. So as of now, we did not configure the Modbus TCP side. So we'll stop here the SQL configuration. So first we'll configure the Modbus TCP side, then we'll continue from here. So I will just save it, whatever I did configuration. Okay, go to error. Okay, so I will delete this tag. Otherwise, it will not allow me to save. Yes, save. Okay, so now come here in system config and then modules. Then come here, we'll add a new module, Modbus client 1. As our PLC will work as a Modbus TCP server. So here we'll select the module, Modbus client. We'll select the Modbus client. Click at save button. Double click here. Click new channel. I'll put C1. And here we'll keep it default the thing. We'll add a new device. I will put the name D1. Expand it. Okay, I'll keep it remain same. Just click that save button. Okay, now come here in tag area, create a new group, Modbus client 1, then add a new tag, Suppose I will put the name level. Okay. So you have to come in source area. Here you have to click at yes. After that, you have to select the Modbus TCP client, Modbus client, and you have to select the Modbus C1 client 1. Okay. Then here you have to put the channel name. If you come here in help, it's telling you have to put the channel name and device name. So for my case, C1 and D1. And here you have to put the your Modbus TCP address for I have 40,100, and that's it. I will duplicate this pose level pressure and them just for simplicity. So I will change the DNP3 address. This is for 40,001, and this is 40,102. Click at save button. I'll use this mode sim as a Modbus TCP server. So I'll just holding register. That's it. I'll just connect it, and I will put some value here. 100, suppose 101 and 102. I minimize it. Now we'll see these all value we are getting in inside the vNode or not. So we already finished our Modbus TCP client configuration. Click here in real time. So as you can see, we are getting this all value inside our vNode. So suppose I will change some value, suppose 104. So it's perfectly updating. So now we'll continue our SQL server side configuration where we stop. Here we was configuring the parameters. So click here, as you have to keep it upside all setting default. In what we configured last time, we just select connector SQL, we configure, we change, then we put the database name, and then we put the password. Rest other will keep it same default setting, and then create a new transaction, and then periodically we create some periodically if we are going to periodically fetch the data from the okay. So here come in the parameter, click here new parameter. So I will put it, suppose their name tag 1, and from here is multiple option. Either you can select the group. I will select the, just for simplicity, single tag, and then from which tag our data is coming. From our case, data is coming from the PLC device through Modbus TCP protocol. So we already configure it here. Suppose level is, so I will select the level, select the tag. So I need two more tags. Click here new parameter. I mentioned tag 2 and same single tag. Then pressure. I'll create a one more tag. I would mention tag 3, single tag, and then temperature. Okay, so parameter we configure it. Now come in query area. Okay, just hit save button. Okay, now come in query area. So come in option and click here in script. So now if I want to save my data inside SQL database, so I have to use the insert function. So here actually is calling. Okay, so if you can read it here, it's saying that if you want to store data inside database, you have to use the insert function. So I will just copy this insert, and instead of select I will put it here insert. I'll paste it here. So once this function will call, it will call the insert function. Now come in insert function. So here insert function, we have to first mention our columns name that we configure in here in SQL. So for my first column is level, and second column name is pressure, and then my third column name is temperature. Okay, just make sure this column name should be the same. And if you have more columns, you can here add more columns. Okay, for here, for me, the data is decimal, so I will put it D. And here, this is a insert query actually. So here you have to put the columns name and with order. Suppose the and similar manner here you have to also put the same of your tags. Okay, suppose in first column like tag 1 your level data is coming, so you have to put it here your same column name. So tag 2 your pressure data is coming, and similar manner tag 3. Okay, if you have more columns, so you will just duplicate this and similar, and make sure this exactly this should be the tag name should be same as you configure in the parameter. So just to reduce complexity, I also same I put it same tag 1, tag 2, tag 3. Where before I was configuring this query, I already configured the same. Okay, so here you have to mention same column name as you configure inside the SQL database. Click save button. Okay, this parameter I'm talking about, this parameter, this tag 1, tag 2, and tag 3 should be the same. If you are putting something else here, you have to say mention same name inside the query. Just click at save button, click yes. Okay, so I will come here in diagnostic real time. I will see my if any error is coming. I click at load. Yeah, as you can see, it's showing the table name is not correct. So here we actually wrongly put the table name. So we'll come here in query, and here is the table name. So I will copy my table name, and I will paste it here. Unwanted brackets, I will remove it. So this is my table name. Click at save button. Click yes. So again come here in diagnostic. We will see the real-time log and enable it. Okay. Okay. As you can see, we are not getting any error. So as you can see, we are not getting any error. So now we'll see SQL database that our Modbus value is perfectly updating inside SQL or not. I will come here and select top 1000 row. So as you can see, our data is perfectly updating inside SQL database. So I will change some value here. For example, I will put some 200, 201 and 232. That's it. We have some three tags there. So I will hit at the execute button to get the latest value. So as you can see in row 9, whatever the value you update here in SQL, the same value update here. So as you can see, we are getting data inside the Modbus TCP server, and then same data will move in the vNode through Modbus TCP client, and after that we historize those all data inside SQL database, and then through SQL database any of the reporting application, yeah, you can use Power BI, Excel, Christopher, any type of the reporting application you can use, and you can develop your reports according to your process requirement. Thanks for watching this video.